Good evening and welcome to our 2024 graduation ceremony. I would like to share some highlights of this evening's event with you. Graduation caps and gowns are the traditional dress of the faculty and students at Oxford University, Oxford, England. The standards for their design were set there. Gowns are used to provide uniform appearance and to identify a person's academic rank. Traditionally, all gowns were black in color. Graduating high school seniors and college undergraduates receiving bachelor's degrees wear gowns with pointed sleeves. The gown with an oblong sleeve denotes a master's degree. The gown with a bell-shaped sleeve and a velvet robe down the front denotes the doctorate degree. Both the master's and doctoral gowns have the addition of a hood. The color inside the hood represents the school awarding the degree. The outside of the hood has a colored band of velvet that denotes the area of specialty. Light blue represents education. Members of the West Greene administration and faculty will be wearing gowns representing their areas of study and the college or university they graduated from. Modern tradition dictates that when the graduate marches in the commencement processional, the tassel is worn on the right front side of the mortarboard. After all the candidates for graduation have received their diplomas, the tassel is moved to the left front side of the mortarboard. In today's ceremony, all members of the class of 2024 will be wearing white stoles. Many will also be wearing cords. Red, white, and blue braided cords signify the graduate was honored by the Blue Star's mothers for military enlistment. Green and white cords signify that the graduate completed a program at the Career and Technical Center. Blue and gold braided cords signify they graduated and completed the agricultural education program. Multicolored braided cords signify the graduate completed an AP capstone certificate program. Blue and gold cords signify that the graduate is a member of the National Honor Society. Blue and orange braided cords signify math honors. Purple cords signify the graduate completed the cosmetology program at the Career and Technology Center. The Valedictorian and Salutatorian will wear medallions to signify this distinguished rank. Graduation exercises should be conducted in a formal and dignified manner in order that we may provide proper recognition for the accomplishments of the students. We request that all guests remain in their seats during the program. So that we may all enjoy this evening's ceremonies, please turn off all alarms and cell phone ringers at this time. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Alexis Burdine, and I am the class of 2024 treasurer. I would like to welcome all of you to our West Greene 2024 graduation ceremony. Thank you for celebrating with us tonight. At this time, we would like to ask the gentlemen to please remove their hats. We would like for you to please rise for our national anthem, the Pledge of Allegiance, and our alma mater. Please be seated. Thank you. My name is Celia Parson. I am the Vice President for the class of 2024. It is my pleasure to introduce our faculty marshals. Please stand when your name is called. Mrs. Andrea Fedak, Family Consumer Science teacher and class of 2024 class sponsor. Miss Sherry Garlick. Learning support teacher and graduation coordinator. Mrs. Jennifer Gilbert, math teacher. Mr. Matt Cross, language arts teacher. Mrs. Janine Wilcox, science teacher. Mr. Bo Jackson, first grade teacher. Mr. Stephen Schmay, science teacher. Mr. Matt Snyder, agriculture education teacher. Thank you. It is also my pleasure to introduce to you our faculty members who are participating in tonight's ceremony. Please stand when I call your name. Mr. Michael Bruno, music teacher and choir director. Mr. Scott McCullough, music teacher and band director. Mr. Jeff Polander, sixth grade teacher. Mrs. Melissa Allum, language arts teacher. Mrs. Carly Wright, vocational agriculture education teacher.
My name is Casey Meek. I am Secretary of the Class of 2024. At this time, we would like any guests who are members of the West Greene faculty and staff, both current and retired, to please rise. We would like to thank you for your continued dedication to the students of West Greene. Thank you. At this time, we would like all members of the West Greene School Board to rise. Thank you for your dedication and support of our educational experiences. You may be seated. At this time, we would like all parents, guardians, and grandparents to please rise. We would like to thank you for everything you have done and for always supporting us. Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, we would like to honor everyone present if our veterans and active members of the military would please stand. Thank you for your courage, bravery, and dedication. A simple thank you will never be enough. You may be seated. Each of the students of the class of 2024 would like to give a special recognition to the person who had the greatest impact on their lives.
It is my pleasure to introduce to you the graduating student with the second highest rank academically in the senior class. Please welcome the salutatorian of the class of 2024, Ella Grace Scott.
Good evening. First, I would like to say that I'm honored and proud to be speaking here with all of you today. I would love to give a huge thank you to everyone who has made this night possible, our family, friends, our teachers, and faculty here. We wouldn't be here without all of your support, so thank you. Now I'd like to give a huge shout out to Photomath, Quizlet, and Socratic because I think they deserve some credit for the hard work they put in as well. Wow, what a great 4 years. Well, for most of us, it's been more like 13 years. Now, I know that we all have some mixed emotions about graduating. Some are thrilled to leave, and others are sad to go. But either way, I think that we have something special. We have the unique privilege to say that we know everyone we went to school with. Not everyone gets to experience the close friendships that we have or share all the memories we have made together. Whether it's our sports highlights, academic achievements, or just our everyday laughs and pranks, which will make for some great stories for our kids. While we made fun of our parents for walking uphill both ways to school and having to find answers in real books, our kids will make fun of us for surviving high school through every disease ever. All jokes aside, I'm glad I got to spend this time at West Greene because our school and our community are one of a kind, and I wouldn't have wanted to be anywhere else. As we look to the future, my advice is to live in the moment. Looking back, I always remember saying, I can't wait. I can't wait to start high school, to drive, to vote, and to start college. I wish I would have savored those times a little more because this is the time to just enjoy life. As the Eagles said, we may lose and we may win, but we will never be here again, so take it easy. I hope that you will all look back and say you enjoyed our time together. It may sound cliche, but I'd like to remind you that we're responsible for the future, so I leave you with this. As we move forward, let's always remember to be part of the solution, not the problem. We can all make a difference, so be the change that you want to see. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2024.
It is my pleasure to introduce to you the graduating student with the highest rank academically in the senior class. Please welcome the valedictorian of the class of 2024, Celia Elizabeth Parson.
Good evening, administration, faculty, family, friends, and graduates of the class of 2024. I want to start by taking a moment to congratulate each and every one of you. This accomplishment is one that you should be proud of. This moment that stands before us is what we have been wishing for the past 12 years. First, we wish to take class in the basement at Graysville, like all the cool kids. And it happened. Sorry to those of you who went to Spring Hill or moved here later on. Then we wished to be the big kids playing Foursquare at recess. It happened. We wished to be in middle school, despite all the awkward phases that we all had to encounter. It happened. Then we wished to be out of COVID and everything go back to normal. This one took a while, and with many shutdowns and Google Meets, including Armstrong's bandana and long hairdo, it happened. We wished for summers, and they came. We wished to drive, and we got our license. Some of us wished for that magical prom moment that all the movies describe. It happened. Well, maybe. And finally, inevitably, we all wished to graduate. We all wished for this final moment that has defined our whole high school experience. This moment is tonight, and very soon it will have happened too. As we all have wished for these same moments, I want to remind you that we all took different paths. Your path might have been attending the CTC, living in the ag room, skipping as much as possible, or maybe a combination of these. The path that you chose is one of the many building blocks of your life. My life is a prime example that many of us can take completely different paths, yet end up in the exact same spot. Because we took separate paths, some of you might not have realized that I have a twin. Aaron and I grew up taking the same classes throughout elementary and middle school. Once we entered high school, we began to go our separate ways. Aaron is a mechanically inclined individual who can always be found in the shop. Aaron worked with Mr. Snyder on electrical, welding, small gas engines, and even tractor restoration. Although I did not dive into the shop area completely, like my twin, I did do the last-minute poster for them for Farm Show that I'm sure Mr. Snyder is tired of me bringing up. Aaron has a carefree spirit that has allowed him to take each day as it has arrived. Because of this, he managed to stay in the present moment. This mentality has somehow given him the unique ability of flexibility and to be spontaneous, while still managing to accomplish his goals. Now, enough about Aaron. I am the younger twin after all. I stand here today as the class of 2024 valedictorian. I am extremely honored to have earned this title. This title is an accolade that has been in the back of my mind for many years. With that being said, it was not my goal. My goal was to reach success on each of the stepping stones that got me to this moment. I felt that having an overall goal would have been too overwhelming and put me in over my head. Choosing to break down the big picture into little snippets allowed for me to concentrate and apply my full effort into each endeavor. I remained on task by heavily relying on my to-do list. In full transparency, this list was never ending. Once an assignment was completed, 2 more were added. I believe that my work ethic is the driving force of who I am. The standards that I chose to set for myself will continue with me as I enter college. I want each of you to think about what your standards were through the past 4 years. The path that you took might be the same as me,
the same as Aaron, or completely different. The standards you chose to push you down this path may also differ. It is up to you to strive for greatness. Strive to uphold the standards for yourself. This will not only better you as a human being, but allow for an easier transition into the next chapter of your life. Leading into tonight, Aaron and I had two separate paths that we chose to take. Each of these paths brought us to this ceremony. But when we leave here tonight, we will once again take separate paths. Many of you are off to college or trade schools, off to serve in the military, or go straight into the workforce. Each path that you take is your own. We will have individual goals that we set for ourselves to ensure that we get to where we want to. On this journey, you may not know where the path will take you or what goals to set. Adulting will be full of trial and error, and because of this, you may choose to change your major or decide to move across the country. In these times of uncertainty, I urge you to take a step back from your overall goal. Break your life down into individual steps. By doing so, you can keep pushing forward even when you lose sight of the path ahead of you. As I say goodbye to West Greene, I want to take a final moment to thank all of those who helped me get to where I am today. To my teachers, thank you. I might not have been in each of your classes the same amount of time, but you all played a role in my academic development. Thank you for all the wise words and constructive criticism that came along the way. My family, you are all my backbone. Without the support of you by my side, I could not have made it. Rodney, from brush hogging to gunsmoke, you have been my best friend. I will never forget the times we have shared and the new languages we have created along the way. My parents, you will truly never understand how grateful I am for both of you. The blood, sweat, and tears that it took to raise Aaron and me is incredible. Thank you to my mother, Tina, and to my father, Timothy. It is only fitting that I thank my dance teachers as well. I spent more time at their studios than I did at my own home. Thank you to Barbara Machetta and Jacqueline Machetta Warren. Thank you to the friends that have held me at my lows and celebrated my highs. Lastly, a thank you to my twin, the one who I will forever have because we share a birthday. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you to everyone who has believed and supported in the class of 2024. Finally, my classmates. Thank you for all the memories.
Class of 2024, congratulations. When asked the question, who is your favorite child? My mother will look you in the eye and say, whichever one's in the room. My two sisters and I laugh it off knowing that it's definitely me, number one son. But in all honesty, we know that there is more than enough room in her heart for all of us. Why are you telling us this, Sakai? You might be asking. Well, class of 2024, tonight is your night. So when asked, I am certainly going to say that the class of 2024 is my favorite class. But as the 14th class that I have had the honor of graduating, you must all know that there's plenty of room in this man's heart for you and anyone in this gymnasium that I've had the honor to work with. Class of 2024, you have shown resilience and patience with the many challenges that you have faced. Tonight I share with you this analogy. I have a feeling this will miss a lot of the audience, but I know the kids will get it. This year has been like a game of Fortnite. We are the squad. We all boarded the bus and dropped into the school year. We got our bearings and figured out how we were going to communicate. We set out for victory. It was crazy at times, and it was boring at times. We kept working. We have to get to victory. Mr. Sakai, with all of his years of experience, got knocked early on in the school year. But you, my squad, you didn't leave me. You got organized. You had a plan. You grabbed that reboot card. You got me back on track. You restored my health. You replenished my shields. You're about to walk across this stage and receive your diploma. You're about to earn that victory crown. You did it. Thank you for grabbing my reboot card. I leave you with this. Make a difference in someone's life every day. Be kind to those around you. And always remember where you came from. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Chad Scott. I'm with the West Greene Board of Education, and I'm just here to represent them this evening. And on behalf of the West Greene Board of Education, I just want to say it's my honor to congratulate each and every one of you. In addition, I want to congratulate the parents or guardians that are in the audience today for this accomplishment as well. You would not be sitting here if it wasn't for them. And for the West Greene teachers and staff that have worked with all the parents to get you here tonight, a job well done. Thank you very much. As graduates, you have now reached the point where we believe you're prepared for the next stage of life, or whatever that might be for you. When people say that you've made it, it's not only that you've made it through high school, but you've made it to the point where now you're taking more responsibility for your life and the success of that life. No longer will your parents be sitting on top of every decision that you make or have as much involvement in those decisions, or your teachers won't have as much involvement in those decisions. You'll have to push yourself. So it's a very important milestone. And by now you're trying to either have, or you're trying to determine, what am I going to do next? What's next for me in my life? So I just have a little bit of advice about being successful. Not that I'm that example, but observations of others that I view as successful and traits that they have. Success is really about accomplishing something you want to do. It's like, what do you want to do? You want to go, there's something out there that you want. How do I go get it? If you can identify what that is and go do it, that is being successful, regardless of what that might be. It's not necessarily fame or fortune. It could be small things in life. You could have small successes along the way, and sometimes you have big successes. But regardless, I think this applies to all of them. But first advice is you need to know what you want to do, and then you can actively pursue it and vigorously pursue it. Take an active role in that. Don't just go along and be passive in your life. If you see something you want, that job, that position, that activity, make yourself go and try to achieve that. How am I going to get there? Make a plan, and that way you can accomplish it. If you never identify that and you never make that plan, you're never going to accomplish it. Second one's kind of cliche, but I think it's very true. Do something that you enjoy. I know a lot of people that really dislike their job every day, and that's obvious. The more you like what you do every day, the more passionate you'll be about it, the more likely you will be to succeed. There's no question about it. The third one is to be a good team player. There's not much in this world that's accomplished without a team, whether that's a sporting event, but it's also if you're building a pipeline, if you're creating a new tool, designing and creating a new tool, surgery, even if you're traveling to the moon, whatever it might be, it requires a team. You are going to play some part on that team. It's very rarely that anything's done without a team. So know where you fit into that team, know what our objective is and how you fit into it. And if you don't, ask questions and find out. Because if you don't know the answers of how I'm trying to make this a success, you're never going to fulfill that. The next one is be positive. No one wants every successful person I know has a positive attitude, even when they fail, especially when they fail. I've known folks who have worked on something for a long period of time, and they get there and it just is not successful for one reason or another. And they pull themselves up and they just look forward to what is the next opportunity, and how can they learn? They'll try it again. They'll just learn from their mistakes and they'll do it again. So have that positive attitude as you move forward. The final advice I have is to be a continuous learner. New skills, learn new skills or improve on the skills that you have. Part of being a continuous learner is to be open to new ideas. It's fine to question them, to gain more understanding, but don't be rigid against them. Those new ideas, it could be anything from technology to something that happens in a factory to new fracking techniques, right? Those new ideas progress, and so don't be rigid against them and embrace them where you can. That last one is really one of the key qualities that I hope you've picked up here at West Greene, is to be a continuous learner. I hope as you, throughout your life, that is something that you continue to do until you're no longer able to. The West Greene community is great. I think I heard it mentioned a couple of times up here. When I moved back with my family, everyone was very welcoming. Our kids made friends. Ella made friends with Brooke and Allie and Aunt Christoph, obviously for many years now. And I'm sure many of those friendships that you have with your classmates here will last a lifetime. So cherish those. You're probably not going to get to know too many people to the level that you know some of the people that are sitting beside you. We do need to preserve that. So as you move forward throughout your life, I think somebody else mentioned it as well, how can you contribute to your community? So how can you help improve it? Just keep that in mind as you move forward. And lastly, I just had, since my daughter's graduating, I did have a couple of words for her this evening. Just that your mom and I are very proud of you. Your passion, your compassion, and willingness to push yourself in new areas, and your general positive attitude are all qualities that will serve you very well in life. All the extra effort that you put in does and will pay off. And just remember, no matter what life takes you, we'll always be your biggest supporters. You make us very proud, and we love you. Again, congratulations to the class of 2024. Please be careful in your celebrations. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Scott. Before I begin, I'd like to really say some things about our staff. I appreciate the staff that's here, but I appreciate all of our teachers. I think they do an outstanding job for our students, and I know that they put a great deal of effort into making sure that they achieve the next level, and I appreciate that. I'd like to also recognize Mrs. Fedak and Mrs. Garlick for the effort you put together to make this work. I know that Mr. Sakai appreciates what you do. He puts together the top 10. That takes a while to make that happen, but you girls set this all up for it, and it's really beneficial for all of us. Thank you very much. I'd like to say also, I'd like to welcome guests, distinguished guests in my opinion. Alumni, I see a lot of you out there. Some of you I've had in the classroom. Some of you I've kicked out of the classroom. Some of you I coached in wrestling and football. But it's always nice. It's like graduation is like the Jacktown Fair. You meet everybody you haven't seen for a long time. I'd like to welcome the guests, board members, parents, grandparents, teachers, family, and friends. Good evening and welcome to the West Greene graduation ceremony. We are honored to have you here this evening to celebrate 48 graduating seniors from the class of 2024. Before I begin, I'd like for Johnny Lampy to stand up to be recognized. Johnny Lampy has enlisted in the Army National Guard, and every year, historically, we recognize those who take the sacrifice, and we have, as you saw before, a number in this audience who've done the same. Thank you, Johnny. Seniors, I used to say that you reached a milestone. However, graduation from my high school was a continuation of a more focused education or training. It's hard to say, yeah, it's over, because it's not. It's actually just beginning. I know several of you. I'm going to mention Coop, Colin, Davey, or Colton. Sorry, Davey. I know you guys already got jobs to pick out, but I got news for you. You're still going to have education. You're still going to have to go to school, and I think, in fact, I know Cooper is right now while he's at work. I know that because your mom told me. She's probably up there crying about it. But anyway, all of you guys have worked and persevered over the last 13 years and have met the requirements for graduation. I will say this, again, graduation is a beginning, not an ending. It is a pass-through, a transition to greater focused education. Mr. Scott mentioned lifelong learning. You are now about to enter lifelong learning. You will join, whether you join the workforce, as Celia mentioned, workforce technical school, whether you go to college or the military, additional education is required in this day and age. So get ready for it. Become dedicated to it. Improve yourself all the time. Learn and increase your opportunities. Make the best of your opportunities. The only way you get opportunities is if you work for it. With this, I'd like to leave you a few pointers. Some of them Mr. President Scott already mentioned, so I'm going to reiterate some of those things. The first is one he mentioned was enjoy your work. Find a job that you enjoy. Confucius said, choose a job you love and you will never have to work again. To many of us, we measure success based on amount of monetary earned or monetary income. I believe success is the joy of watching your production come to life, having pride in what you accomplish and a positive effect on people around you. Number two, be the best at what you do. Learn as much as you can and try to be the best of what you do. Don't be mediocre. During my son's graduation from the United States Military Academy at West Point, Major General Randall George spoke about being mediocre. And this is what he said: being mediocre is among the top of the worst, but being mediocre is also among the bottom of the best. Don't be mediocre. Try to work your way up. Shoot to be the best. Be the best welder. Cooper, be the best welder. Be the best in business. We got a lot of people going in the business field. Be the best educator. Be the best in the medical field. We have a number of people that are going in the medical field. Be the best in human services. Be the best in civil engineering. But be the best at whatever you're doing, and you'll be successful. And again, like Mr. Scott said, it's not about, your success is not about how much you make. Your success is about how you feel about what you do inside and how it affects other people around you. That's success. Number three, take a chance. Don't be afraid to fail, particularly if you find yourself in something that you know is just not for you. Albert Einstein said, life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. I'll tell you just a short story. I started college after high school. I started in the business. I wanted to be a business major, and the only reason I wanted to be a business major because I didn't know what else to get into. That's what my brother was doing. So I became a business major. I soon learned that wasn't for me. So fortunately, I found education, and that sort of solidified things for me in my life and what I wanted to do. And yes, after 40-some years, I'm still here. Number four, be grateful. Don't take things for granted. Be grateful and don't take things for granted. Be grateful to those who have supported you along the way. Thank your parents. Thank your grandparents. Thank your family members, your friends, who's always been there for you and with you. Appreciate what you have and who you have in your life. Don't take things for granted. A lesson the Jacksons learned as we helplessly watched Brian Andrew lose a huge part of his senior year. And a lot of things that were important to him, mainly activities he was involved in, being around his friends. But what he taught us was something different. He flipped his attitude. He developed a mindset to appreciate what's important, truly important. Mainly to be with his family, to be with his friends, and to be with his teachers. We thank God that he was able to do that the last 3 months of this year. He once said to me, "You take for granted the things that you're afforded to you every day until you can no longer do them. Then you realize what's really important in your life." You learn real fast what is truly important. His upbeat attitude and understanding of what his needs were was very impressive, and it's something we all learn from. We have learned from him to be grateful of things today. Don't take anything for granted. Don't take people in your lives for granted, and always be grateful. Again, I reiterate, enjoy your job. Strive to be the best at what you do. Take chances and be grateful. Don't take anything for granted. I can tell you, folks, whatever this class decides to do in life, they will find their way. Many of these kids I know pretty well. Several of them's been at my house. I know they will push to do their best. I know they'll push to be their best. This is a group of strong-willed individuals. I always enjoy watching what direction seniors are starting after they leave high school. Here is some of the things that our kids are doing, you guys are doing when you leave. Some of you may not even know. Of course, Johnny Lampe joined the military, and he's also going to do some technical school. Going into business and marketing, Seth Burns, Marissa Fauner, Allie Goodwin. That's going to be tough, Allie, because you got to be better than the governor. You got a governor in your family. I know it's hard. Keisha McGowan, Vanessa Bowser, Casey or Cassie Meek, Casey. All of you will be going into business management. That field wasn't for me, so good luck. I hope you do well in that. Welding, Jonathan Garber. Nevaeh Vitas. I already mentioned Cooper. Lane Denman, Hayden Roberts. Nursing, Devin Stewart, Elizabeth McAbee. Biomedical, Noah Webster. Where is Noah? I always thought you'd go into music. I wouldn't expect you to be, but I know you'll do well in biomedical. Molecular and cellular biology, Elizabeth Bell. Well, Elizabeth, that's going to be tough, but congratulations. Social work, Mackenzie Miller. Physical therapy, Celia. Ray Thomas up there went through that program. I don't know if it'll take you as long as it did him. It's a different program now, but that's a tough program. Psychology, Kaylee Pattison. Forensic psychology, Abigail. Where's Abigail? Abigail Whipke. Civil engineering, Alex Burdine. And Ella Scott. Veterinarian technician, Katie Eichner. Heavy equipment operation, Colin Brady, Colton Thomas, Justin Pettit. Where's Justin? Education, Jacob Patterson and Brian Andrew Jackson. Well, Jacob, you got your fan club here. Truck driving, Ryan Mason, Tyler Yeager. Cosmetology, cosmetologist, J.C.M. Melodia. Computer networking, Jacob Houston. We have communications and sports broadcasting. Right, Mo? Morgan Kiger. I had to call your mom today to get that, by the way. And then food service, Dylan. Dylan Wilson got into that program and he did very well. In fact, he got a little trip over to San Francisco to cook. So, but you never cooked for me yet, I don't understand that. Building maintenance, Nathan Black. Heavy diesel mechanics, Josh Archer. I can tell you, I know that Josh and Seth both know how to rig the golf cart so it'll go faster. Just so I know. I'll just so you know that I knew all about that. HVAC, Billy Willats, going to Belmont Tech. We got 3 people going to an apprenticeship. Cam Tedrow is going for ironwork. Aaron Parson, Boilermaker. Wonder where you got that from, Tim. And Tristan Reiser, A1 Industrial Resources. Some of you I know are still undecided, and that's okay. It's okay to be undecided, but you know, I'm sure that things will work out for you. Just keep focused on what you need and want to do. As I said, this is a strong-willed group. Just this year alone, everything they seemed to be involved with had some success behind it. While attending graduation at West Point last week, a slogan for the class of 2024 graduating cadets was, like none before, class of 24. I thought to myself, that would be a perfect slogan for the class of West Greene, class of 2024. Just to provide you for some examples, as I said last night, athletic banquet, we had multiple teams make it to playoffs in all 3 sports phases: fall sports, winter sports, and spring sports. They all had multiple teams. All these folks were part of those programs. I don't think that's ever happened here at West Greene, that we had multiples in each of those time frames. We've had the band who received accolades wherever they went to. Mr. McCall and I would try to tell them every time I would go somewhere, they say, your band was awesome. And then, you know, they would perform, they even got to perform on a battleship. And I got a call saying how great they were. Noah, we're truly going to miss you, I can tell you that. And what can you say about the FFA program? I mean, those kids always do well. They're successful, and they get awards in multiple disciplines. So this is a group that's strong-willed. This is a group that doesn't like to lose. This is a group that will fight to the end to get what they need. A very unique group. To you, the class of 2024, I wish you the best and leave you with this. Listen to wisdom, starting with your parents and your grandparents. Remember what's important in life. My order of importance is faith, family, and friends. In that order, faith, family, and friends. I wish you the best of luck, and may God bless you all. Ladies and gentlemen, like none before, the class of 2024.
Mr. Jackson, I certify that the members of the class of 2024 have met the Pennsylvania state graduation requirements. It is my honor to confer the diplomas to the graduates of the West Greene class of 2024, beginning with the recognition of the top 10 students. The number 10 academically ranked student, Seth Niall Burns. The number 9 academically ranked student, William Edward Whitlatch II. The number 8 academically ranked student, Joshua Ross Archer. The number 6 academically ranked, the number 7 academically ranked student, Brooke Aaron Miller. The number 6 academically ranked student, Dylan Michael Wilson. The number 5 academically ranked student, Brian Andrew Jackson. The number 4 academically ranked student, Casey Lynn Meek. The number 3 academically ranked student, Alexis Nicole Burdine. The number 2 academically ranked student, Ella Grace Scott. The number 1 academically ranked student, Celia Elizabeth Parson. Ladies and gentlemen, your top 10 students. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to confer the diplomas to the graduates of the West Greene class of 2024. Joshua Ross Archer. Elizabeth Rose Bell. Alexis Nicole Burdine. Nathan Allen Black. Vanessa D. Bowser. Colin Michael Brady. Lacey Dawn Braun. Seth Nile Burns. Cooper Garrett Chambers. Elizabeth Fleur Cunningham. Isabella Ruth Cunningham. Lane Audley Denman. Katie Lynn Eitner. Arissa Dawn Fauner. Jocelyn Elizabeth Fox. Jonathan Dale Garber. Allie Ray Goodwin. Jacob Dylan Houston. Brian Andrew Jackson. Morgan Joseph Kiger. John Andrew Lampy. Ryan James Mason. Elizabeth Caroline Maccabee. Keisha Ray McGowan. Casey Lynn Meek. Jacia Jean Melodia. Brooke Aaron Miller. Mackenzie Lee Miller. Richard Wilson Owens III. Aaron Michael Parson. Celia Elizabeth Parson. Jacob Jeremy Patterson. Kaylee Nicole Pattison. Justin Lee Pettit. Tristan Shane Reiser. Hayden Michael Roberts. Ella Grace Scott. Isabel Lachey Stonecker. Devin Ann Stewart. Cameron Patrick Tedrow. Colton Michael Thomas. Nevaeh Dean Beatis. Noah Edward Webster. Abigail Jane Whipke. William Edward Whitlatch II. Dylan Michael Wilson. Jaden Everett Wolf. Come on, buddy. You did it, bud.
All right, my man. Congratulations. Good job. I'm proud of you.
Tyler Lee Yeager. You guys ready? You want me to get going? All right. West Greene, class of 2024, please rise. After filling all of the requirements set forth by the West Greene School District, by the authority vested in me through the West Greene School Board of Education and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I hereby declare this class to be graduates of the West Greene School District for the 2024 school year. I pronounce you graduates of the West Greene School District class of 2024. Good. We're going to start walking.
Chad and I are just going off this way, or?
Yeah, we'll just, when he starts playing, we'll just, yeah.